Are you interested in tracking student growth over a long time horizon? I'm Luke with Gruvy Education, and today I'm going to show you just how to do that. Let's say I'm doing an assignment where I'm having students watch a debate argument and then have to write questions for the arguer. In order to do this, I would teach them things like how to write good questions by keeping them close-ended and trying to get admissions and concessions from the arguer. As you can see here, I have another Google form where I can collect their answers. So maybe on day one, I show them an argument and have them write 3 questions for that argument. Then on day 2, I do it again, day 3, day 4, day 5, etc. After doing this for a number of days, I might be asking myself, are my students getting better at asking questions? Well, if I used the same Google form, then that would allow me to export all of their answers into a single location and watch what I'm able to do with it once that happens. All you have to do is take a look where you can see Bart Simpson answering on October 1st, Bart Simpson answering on October 2nd, and on October 3rd, etc. Once I have all of these in here, though, it would be easy for me to be able to sort them. Simply click on this arrow at the top, click Sort Column, and sort A to Z. This would put all of Bart's answers right at the top. So if I wanted to evaluate them as a teacher, I could simply click into any individual question and see exactly what they're asking. But additionally, I can take all of their questions and copy it and paste it straight into ChatGPT. Also notice how I'm not highlighting their name because we do not submit names to ChatGPT. Now that I'm in ChatGPT, I simply need to paste in the answers that Bart gave us. So I click here, click Control-V, and now ChatGPT has all 15 answers over the 5 days of the assignment. But I'm not done yet. The next step is to click this plus button, navigate to Add Photos and Files, and click this cross-examination rubric. This is the rubric that I made before the assignment began, so that now ChatGPT knows the standard that I am holding my students to. Now I just need to include a prompt to tie everything together. So I wrote, I am a teacher who has asked my students to create 3 questions for a debate assignment. Below I have included 15 answers, 3 answers over 5 days. I have also attached the rubric. Please go through and score each of the day's answers using the attached rubric, break it down by day. A short while later, and I have a day-by-day breakdown of how Bart did on this particular assignment. Now, before we get too far, I just want to address grading. Should we be using artificial intelligence to do all of our grading? And I think at this point, we are not quite to that stage. Maybe someday, but as of right now, I treat AI as a grading buddy or as a red flag system to alert me to where students are struggling so I can quickly focus on areas of growth. But let's take a look at what ChatGPT gave us. It gave us a day-by-day breakdown where Bart scored a 19 out of 20, then a 19 out of 20, followed by a 17, and then a 10 out of 20, followed by once again a 17 out of 20. Now, this allows me to quickly look and see where Bart is struggling. Clearly, day 4 was a struggle for Bart, but I've also picked up on the fact that clarity is consistently a place where he is struggling to score full points. So now as his educator, I can dig in and figure out what is it that he's struggling with so that we can begin to figure out how to improve in that area. Now that ChatGPT has the student's answers, we can dig in a little bit more. Let's start with a prompt I've been really liking lately. I asked, you are an instructional rater, perform a 5 whys root cause analysis on the lowest rubric categories. What this does is it looks at where the student is struggling and explains why they aren't deserving full points. Let's take a look. Now, AI is not always going to give us the best answers, but in this particular case, it provided some really insightful knowledge, starting with this. Why was clarity and precision scored low, particularly in that 4th day? And the answer? Because slang and hyperbole made the meaning ambiguous. Specifically, Bart answered, faster than a firecracker in a toilet. Clearly, not professional language. I then asked, could you give me 3 specific pieces of advice for how I could help this student improve in the area of clarity and precision? My intention for this prompt was to be able to provide the student with feedback. But what it ended up giving me, and honestly because of the way I phrased it in the prompt, was how I could end up teaching the student moving forward. So I decided, let's follow up. Let's get something a little more precise, something I can hand to the student. So I asked, could you put it into 3 short bullet points that are easy for the student to understand, particularly in why their use of slang is not effective? And now I have exactly something that I would be confident in handing to the student. And there you have it. That is exactly how you can do a deep dive into a single student on a single assignment so that you can get to the root cause of where they are struggling and what you can do to help them improve. If you know a teacher who is struggling with their workload, send this video to them to help them out. But also be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can be alerted when future videos come out. Thank you.